Hi sweet moms and dads, it's Didi here, and today I want to share with you what the Buddhist monks taught me about being a better parent. I went for a couple of days to a Buddhist monastery not far from London, and my main intention was just to disconnect from work, from technology, from everything really. And the whole idea was to sit still, to quiet my mind and reflect upon some of my feelings and thoughts that were coming recently. So I don't know much about Buddhist monasteries, neither about the life of the monks in the monastery, so I went completely empty from expectations and open for observations, which in the end turned out to be a really good thing. Not only I was able to sit still for a while, which I find hard, but I also was able to ask questions one of the senior nuns and the abbot himself. So here are 3 takeaways from this experience. First one, think less. This advice was given to me on a number of occasions while I was in the monastery, and the fundamental practice of the monks is to use their intuition. So what's intuition? Intuition is our ability to understand something instinctively without any conscious reasoning. And the Buddhist monks believe that all the answers lie within us. We just need to know where to look for them, and also we need to trust ourselves more. Now, this is hard for most of us to assimilate because we are so out of touch with our intuition. And there are many reasons for that: the way we've been brought up, the way at schools they teach us, the voices that we hear and we adopt throughout our, growing up. And also all the experts' advice out there, especially in relating to parenting. This is how you put your baby to sleep, this is how you feed them, this is how much food you give them, this is what sort of routine you need to establish. It's so much prescriptive parenting. Of course, it's a great thing that we have access to all this expertise and we can tap into it, but a great thing to do would be to get in touch to our intuition more. And by doing that, by listening to our heart, we're reverting to natural parenting. It simply means listen with your heart, keep your eyes, ears and mind open to your children, and let all this information that you hear, you feel, you see, to speak directly to your heart. One of the nuns told me, watch animals in the nature, how they care for their children. Every woman knows instinctively how to be a good mother. We just need to nurture our intuition. So think less and trust yourself more. So how to develop your intuition? There are many different ways and applications you can use. One of the best ways is through meditation, because meditation gets you to a quiet place and also it puts you in the present moment. And intuition lives in the present moment. I used to use something called Silva method a couple of years ago, and I think of revisiting it. And then I use a simple meditation. Walking meditation is the best for me, when I would just walk for 10-15 minutes and try to be very, very present. The second takeaway is live simply. I was able to observe how simply the monks lived in the monastery. They do not own much stuff. They have very simple daily activities as well, and they seem very appreciative of the life that they lead. So the truth is that in the Western Hemisphere we tend to have much more things than we really need. And it's not only about cluttering our homes, but it's about cluttering our minds as well, and cluttering the minds of our children. We schedule so many activities, we buy them all the new toys, all the new gadgets, and we distract them all the time, so that they lose in this process their imagination and their ability to create simple pleasures. The more you have, the more you are occupied. The less you have, the more free you are, said Mother Teresa. The thing is that unnecessary possessions are unnecessary burden because we need to care for them. And by living simply, we open lots of space for the things that we like to do, for the things that matter and that are important in our life. So how do you simplify? You can start with decluttering and tidying up. And there are different experts out there. Some of them would say assume the baby steps first, others would say do it as a one go. I personally did the latter. I did it as a one go. I followed a very famous now method called KonMari, which was developed by Marie Kondo, a Japanese expert on tidying up. And I can say that it was extremely beneficial for me. The whole idea in a nutshell is that you have to take every single object into your hands and ask yourself a simple question. Does this bring joy? And if the answer is no, this thing needs to go. And the reason why I prefer this method is because of the added benefits. First of all, you need to take thousands of decisions over a short period of time. For every single object in your life, you have to ask yourself a question and take decision based on own values rather than somebody else. So, in a way, you're honing your decision-making skills. And the second benefit is that it's very related to takeaway one. It gets you in touch with your intuition. Marie talks a lot about feeling rather than thinking. She says, every single thing you have to ask yourself, how do I feel about it? Do I like it? In the minute you put your mind into that, the decision can be very different. If you say, I'm not sure I like this jacket, but your mind said, oh, but you just bought it, or this winter is coming, you would rather keep it, or you paid 50 pounds for it, the mind will prompt you to take different decisions. So I completely love this approach. I highly recommend it. Just check her out. The third takeaway is make sure become meditation. In the monastery, we are all supposed to work and support the monastery life. And after breakfast, we have this working meditation. So whatever you do, you help in the kitchen or swipe the floor, you regard that as a working meditation. Now, most of us regard cooking and cleaning as a boring chore that we just need to do, and how much it will change our perspective if we perceive it as a way of meditation. And I know for myself, I always, when I'm more stressed out, that's the time when I would need more meditation, but that's exactly the time when I wouldn't have time for meditation. Now, by accepting that I can do meditation while I'm cleaning the house, when I'm cooking dinner for my family, and be very deliberate, very slow, very into the moment, this is a great way for me to practice on a daily basis this important skill. So just try it for yourself. I came back from the monastery and I immediately got sort of frustrated because my house was a bit messy. And then I just said, this is a way for me to start practicing what I've learned there. Buddhist monks live a very simple life and yet they're very content. They believe in compassion and love. These are both great values to teach our children. So that's it from me, sweet moms and dads. I hope you liked this video, and if so, please give me a thumb up and share with me what your thoughts are about Buddhist practices, about meditation and simplifying your life. See you next Tuesday!